We've now logged in for 49 days and the grind is starting to get real. We do have some ideas on how to alleviate that and continue to move our account forward because, got to be honest, we're moving right now at a very, very quick pace, very much faster than we ever have in this game before. Let's go ahead and check out what we mean. So if we flip over here to the game, we see, again, we've been logged in for 49 days and we are now at account level 92. So we went up one level from the last time we spoke. We're about halfway through and there is something very interesting that has happened. We check the milestone tab here and again, we have the Gear Fest milestone up and running. We've already, you see, I've chugged through a little bit, right? It says milestone number 7. So I've already chugged through this a little bit. I think what is happening, and I need your help to understand this. I think what is happening is whenever you take a character to a new gear tier that you haven't had before, that it triggers the Gear Fest milestone. Because I don't have it all the way through like we did before. It's only in this case for heroes and villains at gear tier 16, and then going up to gear tier 17, right? Those are my only inputs. So since we got our champions team, or excuse me, our Daring Warriors, we started bringing them up, then this popped back up again. And it's giving us an opportunity to get some more experience points for our account, right? That's awesome. If this is the case, and this is something that will just continue to pop up every single time we get to a new gear tier. So in this case, if we get to gear tier 17, then that's a great thing. That's a huge bonus to help new players out. So we look at our Daring Warriors here, and generally speaking, they're all at gear tier 17. We want to definitely take advantage of the fact that we have this Gear Fest milestone. That's something we're able to use. The last member here, Speedball, we just got him unlocked because of the command center event that was going on. And we have that last little spot up there to get the gear on. I'm not able to fill it. We'll go here, we'll hit find. And we already found it in the supplies. We already checked our orbs. We could use some energy and see if maybe we can roll a dice, but that's an if. So one thing we could do in actuality is use our power cores. Now, normally I would say never to do this. Normally I would say never to do this, but because let's also make sure we're doing this the right way. Because we're not going to be using power cores anymore to unlock characters. That's how it looks, at least. Another thing we could do is then, right, we want to pivot to what else can we do? We can accelerate our progress by refreshing the store. Now, I want to show you this is very important. So again, we said fine. It's going to go to the supply section, but remember there are 2 sections in the shops. Okay, the stores, I guess, are for real money. The shops, the in-game shops, are for the in-game credits. So if I go there, right, it's encouraged me to refresh that, but notice the tab. Notice the tab there in the upper left. I'm in the main store. I'm in the gold store. I don't want to be there, right? I don't want to be spending gold. I want to use my shop credits to continue to get equipment for the character. Okay, so let's make sure that we're there in the gear tab. All right, I made a mistake early today, so that's why I'm bringing it out now. We're going to go ahead and hit refresh. We're not going to do this a lot. All right, we want to keep track of how many power cores we have in a given day, or excuse me, at a given time. I have over 10,000. I definitely don't want to drop that below 5,000. So I'm not suggesting that this is something that we do on a regular basis, but since we don't have to save them up as much to try to unlock characters through orbs, if that is now the way things are going to work, then this is another option because at least I can get gear on my characters faster. So now we've refreshed that. And if we were to go back and look at Speedball, same deal. It's going to give us that missing piece. I'm going to hit find. And now here it is once again. It's available in supplies there in the high tier because that's where I want to be getting things from, is here using my shop credits. Now, also, if you notice at the top there, I have 3 million shop credits. Okay. And the last time we started talking about this, I had about 3.5 million. So that means between last week and this week, even with the codes and all the other stuff that we got in the milestones, I'm running at a deficit for shop credits. So this is definitely confirmation that we need to be careful and make sure that we're using our shop credits only on what we need. So I didn't have enough there, as you see, and that's something to think about, right? I used 50 cores. Am I going to get enough of what I need to power my character up farther? In this case, again, I still don't have enough, and that's fine. That's fine. We won't just take advantage of the situation. So don't just use it and go to that one specific character. Make sure any characters that you're working on, that you go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity that you had the store open and get items for the rest of your characters. I won't be able to power, for example, Daredevil up here, but I can still get that, use unique pieces. Those unique pieces are still important to get because they're hard to find. And again, those unique pieces are that one there in the corner at that 9 o'clock position, right? That spot that's always on that 9 o'clock position on a character. That is where the unique piece is. So if I'm going to refresh the store like that, I may as well make sure that I'm getting everything I need for those particular characters. I won't be able to put this in until the character reaches level 95 in this particular case. But that doesn't mean I still shouldn't go after those pieces. But again, just focusing on our Daring Warriors as a whole, we see that we've got most of them to gear tier 17, with the exception of Speedball. He'll be done in a couple of days as I get that last piece. And then the next time we speak, we're going to have to work on a different project. The main raid team we're working on right now is the Champions, just simply because, again, they're the newest team. You can pick whatever teams you want. But when you work on your raid teams, again, you need that ISO 8 to start getting them into the next level. We're making progress. We have Nova done, we got Moon Girl done, and we're starting to work our way through Miss Marvel here. Then we'll flip back over to Braun and then Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's been a week since we last spoke. So it's been a week, and that's the progress that we've made. So it looks like it's going to take multiple weeks for us to get them into position. So again, all the more reason to make sure we're farming those regularly and not wasting them. Right now, the benefit that the ISO is serving is for raid teams to get into higher raid brackets so you can get more rewards. So for the moment, we're just going to make sure that we put them squarely in those areas. The one thing that we are working on here with Nova Sam Alexander is the fact that he is a cosmic character. So when we're doing our like Scourge events, things like that, Dark Dimensions, the area where we're running into that calls for a cosmic character, we don't have, at least on our roster right now, we don't have a lot of cosmic characters. So he's doing all the heavy lifting by himself. So in the challenge events, for resources every day, like we said, Dark Dimensions, Scourges, he's taking care of that all by himself right now. He's not doing great. We'll wait till Shadow Conclave hits for us to get a couple more of these cosmic characters, hopefully, and then we'll be able to do a little bit more damage. But we have some time between now and then. He's just going to have to do the best that he can until we get more help. When we're talking about ISO 8, the other team that we were working on is the Immortal Weapons. So as you see here, we have them all at 5 green, right? So this is level 1 for ISO 8. It's green. Okay, we got them all at 5. We're not going to take them up higher. We're not going to put blue ISO on them until we finish with our champions. Okay, because again, they need to get theirs done so they can go up a level. Then we'll start working on the next team and go up a level. We also know that we have our vigilantes. We'll kind of keep our ear to the ground if we don't hear anything else about the Shadow Conclave, because it looks like we're going to be waiting a while to get that team free to play anyway. Then the next thing we should do is probably pivot and work on another raid team. In terms of age, the next newest raid team behind the champions, again, is the Immortal Weapons. So then after that would be the Insidious 6. So we could probably pivot there, knowing that we still have some time before the next free-to-play team kicks in, which is the Shadow Conclave. Insidious 6 are pretty strong, so in reality, it's these 3 characters plus Vulture and Shocker. And if I think that this is the direction I'm going to be going, I can start putting the green ISO on them now. But again, since I'm going to wait, and this is just a general rule, I'm going to wait until I know for sure that's what's going to happen. There might be something else that might make me change my mind, and then I would have wasted those resources. The New Mutants team, according to the blog, is the next team to become farmable. So we could pivot to the New Mutants, and this is why sometimes we have to think. We don't want to just start doing things. We could pivot to the New Mutants and use them perhaps as a mutant raid team. I'm not a fan of Magic, so I'd have to switch her out for somebody else. But since this team is getting ready to become farmable, it's possible again to flip to them. And so that's why, right, we take our time, we think. So my options are going to either be Insidious 6 or the New Mutants. So Insidious 6 is going to be the tech characters. They'll take me through tech raid. New Mutants will be mutant characters. I think I can brute force them through the early stages of the mutant raid. Both teams are relatively new still. Both teams, again, even in the mutant side, the Hellfire Club are also, again, still relatively new when it comes to raids. So neither of them would be replaced. I wouldn't be losing out on my investment. This team is not optimal for raids, but they would just simply be one of the newer teams. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. It is something I'm going to be debating on which direction to go. We're just making sure that, right, we stay. This is why we want to stay up to date with what's happening. That's the only reason why it's a question right now. If I wasn't, right, Insidious 6 probably is the way I'm going to go. But since we had the information in the blog that this team is getting ready to start their farmability, then again, they're a stronger team, sort of, not necessarily in raids, but they should last longer. Their stats should be better. Probably could go either way at this point. But again, we keep our ear to the ground to make sure we know what's going on in the game. It helps us to try to make the best decision possible. So when it comes to arena, again, we're kind of maintaining here inside of the top 500. We're not seeing much more progress with this team. This is probably as far as they can go. So we'll just have to take what we can get and just wait and see what happens. Maybe we can do a little bit better with Insidious 6. If we go that route, they do seem to be a little bit more of an aggressive team. New Mutants, similar situation. They are made to be a little bit more robust. Maybe they'll do a little bit better. Again, unsure. So at any rate, our main takeaway that we want to get from this video is we might have a use for those power cores. We might just simply use it from time to time. We got to use it sparingly to refresh the gear store and make sure that we're able to put more and more gear on our characters, getting their gear tier up faster, trying to take advantage of that gear milestone, which is going to propel our account level forward. If we do that, we want to make sure that the gear area that we're refreshing is the gear store right here, the gear shop, right? If we click on something, it might take us right over here to the main shop, which is the gold shop. We don't want to do that, right? If you refresh, it doesn't do the whole thing. It just does the one that you're on. So we just want to make sure that the spot that we want to do it is the spot that we want to do it. In this case, it is the gear shop. We're just going to do that once in a while. That also means that we're taxing our shop credits faster than I'm used to for sure. And I already know at the current rate that we're using, we're burning through them. We are indeed running at a deficit. We got 3 million in stock. That should last us for a while, but we need to know that we are starting to draw down our supply. And so we want to be careful that we're not using them unnecessarily. We're going to keep working on our blue ISO for the champions. And if we finish that, then we're going to have to pivot. Shouldn't say we have to. We're going then to pivot to another raid team, most likely the Insidious 6. We are considering the New Mutants and trying to use them as a mutant raid team since they're just going to start coming in to farmability. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave any information down in the comments, any type of suggestions, things that you think we should be working on, things that we didn't cover. And if you haven't seen these videos right here, please check them out. They're legit.